Okay, tell me, are the voice and screen clear? All okay? Yes, Isha, good morning. All okay? Good. Let everyone join. Fine. So, very good morning to all of you. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Fine. All right. So, in the last lecture, we were discussing about charging and discharging of capacitor, right? We wrote the equation of the charge when the capacitor is charging, right? Let's revise that point. Let's revise that point. Okay, charging of capacitor through a resistor. Okay, what was that? It was something like this. A capacitor was there, a resistor was there. You can draw it here or here, no problem. And a battery was there. The potential difference across the battery was V naught. Okay, the instantaneous voltage across capacitor was small v. Instantaneous across instantaneous charge on capacitor was small q, and capacity of the capacitor was capital C. Value of resistor was capital R. Instantaneous charge on the capacitor was Q is equal to Q0 into bracket 1 minus e raised to minus t upon tau. Okay, where t is the value of the time. Q0 is the maximum possible charge. It can be written as C into V0, maximum possible voltage, or Q is equal to CV. Q0 is equal to C into V0 in the bracket 1 minus e raised to minus t by tau. You can cancel this C and C. That becomes instantaneous voltage across capacitor is equal to V0 into bracket 1 minus e raised to minus t by tau. What is the value of tau here? The value of tau here is equal to RC. Tau is equal to RC. It is called. Its name is time constant. Tau is equal to RC. Instantaneous current through the capacitor, we have also figured that out. Instantaneous current that we did like this. I is equal to rate of charging the capacitor, means d by dt of q or dq by dt. Q value is already known to us. We figured that out like this. It was something like this. Q0 upon tau. After taking derivative of this, we got this equation. But we call this value maximum charge upon time constant. Of course, you can write it as time constant is equal to RC. Q0 upon RC e raised to minus t by tau. And this Q0 upon RC, people call it as I0, maximum current I0 into e raised to minus t by tau. Then we plotted the graph for charge, voltage and the current. The graphs are respectively like this: charge, voltage and current with respect to time, with respect to time, with respect to time. Charge, voltage across capacitor and current through the capacitor. Charge will gradually grow and ultimately settle down to a maximum value Q naught. Voltage, similar graph. Charge graph and voltage graph both are having same nature. Maximum value of the voltage V naught, capital V naught, that the maximum, that is the maximum voltage of the battery is equal to maximum voltage of the capacitor, and then the current stops. Derivative of this graph should be current. Derivative of this graph should be current, because dq by dt means current. So that graph, initially there is a positive slope. Slope is positive always. Slope is positive always, but its numerical value is decreasing. But its numerical value is decreasing, exponentially decreasing graph. It is called as exponent. Why? Because there is something e raised to this variable on the x-axis is e raised to something. So it is called as exponential graph. Because there is a minus sign, it is called as exponentially decreasing graph. It is called as exponentially decreasing graph. So its nature is like this. Its nature is like this. We will justify these natures after some time, but initially we just draw these graphs. Okay, initially we just draw this graph. There is one chat, let me read it. Suchitra is saying video is blur. Okay, any problem with the video? Please reply. Others? Okay, Advait saying all okay. No problem with the video, all clear. Sujitra, don't worry, if everything is okay, then certainly it is going to be recorded clearly, so just don't worry. Okay, I'm recording that also, so just don't worry. I will upload the video as early as possible so that you can watch the lecture again. Okay, fine, all okay. So up to this, reply me in the chat box, clear and written fast. Graphs for charging of the capacitor. Good. Of course, we will justify the nature of these graphs. Don't worry about that. Why the graph is like this, like this, like this. All those things we will discuss slow by slow, but step by step, slowly. All right. Now, let us write the equations and draw the graph for discharging of the capacitor. Okay, that's a very interesting case. You will be having a capacitor which is initially charged now. Just forget about the battery. Just forget about the battery because now battery will not be there in the circuit. Okay. All right. Let's rub all these things. Now there won't be battery in the circuit. Yes, there won't be battery in the circuit. But you will be having a capacitor which is already charged. Okay. You will be having a capacitor which is already charged. Okay. So the capacitor is already charged and now it discharges through a resistor. Okay. So write down the heading, discharging of capacitor through a resistor. Discharging of capacitor through a resistor. Let me draw the resistor. Wait for a second. Write down. Discharging of, it's not writing on the board because it's weight. So we have to wait for a second. Let me draw this circuit then. Fine, now it's working. This is the resistor. This is the capacitor which is already fully charged. So maximum possible charge on the capacitor Q naught. Value of the resistor is R. All right. Maximum possible voltage across the capacitor will be initially, because we know Q is equal to CV. Q is equal to CV. Q0 will be equal to C into V0. C into V0. V0 is the maximum possible voltage across capacitor. V0 is the maximum possible voltage across capacitor. Initially, the capacitor is fully charged. Now, the charge which is stored on the capacitor will start discharging. This plate stores positive charge. This plate stores negative charge. The positive charge will follow a path like this and will ultimately get nullified with the negative charge. and will ultimately get nullified with the negative charge. Okay, and after some time all the charge of the capacitor will be discharged, will be gone. Okay, okay sir, and we say that capacitor is now discharged. All right, so initially capacitor will be fully charged. Write down the heading: discharging of capacitor, discharging of capacitor through a resistor, through a resistor. All right, now what we can do is this. Let us assume this point as x, let us assume this point as y, let us assume this point, this is x, so this is also again x, so let us call that point as small a, let us call this point as small b. Now potential of point A is equal to potential of point x, potential of point B is equal to potential of point y, because there is nothing, there is only wire here, there is nothing, there is only wire here. So I can write potential of point A equals potential of point x, and potential of point B is equal to potential of point y, and with this I can say this subtraction must be equal to this subtraction. So therefore VA minus VB must be equal to, VA minus VB must be equal to Vx minus Vy, Vx minus Vy, but VA minus VB is the voltage across capacitor and Vx minus Vy is the voltage across resistor, is a voltage across resistor. Okay, VAB is what? Or VA minus VB is the instantaneous voltage across the capacitor, and what is the voltage across resistor? Vx minus Vy, potential of this point minus potential of this point, is the potential difference or the voltage across resistor. Okay, let's say the instantaneous current, okay, the current for the given time instance, the current is changing, it's not going to be constant. As the capacitor discharges, current goes on decreasing, and ultimately once the capacitor gets fully discharged, charge flow in this circuit stops, and once the charge flow stops, we say current is equal to 0. So voltage across capacitor can be written as small v, and voltage across resistor can be written as instantaneous current into resistor, V is equal to IR. Voltage across resistor has formula V is equal to IR. Now sir, we can write this voltage V as Q upon C. Q equal to CV, V is equal to Q upon C. So there you can write Q upon C is equal to, sir, this current can be written as dq by dt. Yes, it can be written as dq by dt multiplied by, sir, this R. Yes. Now this is again a differential equation, right? This is again a differential equation because it contains a derivative term. Let's try to rearrange this equation. Just keep on observing and writing. Sir, dq by dt is equal to Q upon RC. This R, I made it go to denominator, RC. This R here, Q by RC. Sir, can we do this? dq and all the q terms on one side, yes, and dt and all the RC terms on the right side. dt and all the t terms or the constant terms on the right hand side. dq बरोबर q च्या terms, dt बरोबर t च्या terms, but there are no t terms, there is only constant term. Okay, so integrating on both these sides, I can figure out the answer of this equation. Answer of this equation means finding out the value of q as a function of time. Finding out the value of q as a function of time means solving this differential equation. Okay, so dq upon q is equal to integration dt upon rc. Okay, take this rc common. What is the integration of, now let me give you the formula. Log x, derivative of log x, d by dx of log x. Derivative of log x is 1 upon x, implies that integration of 1 upon x must be log x. log x ची डेरिव्हेटिव्ह बाळांनो 1 upon x आहे. 1 upon x चं इंटिग्रेशन काय असेल? log x. So therefore using this formula, integration of just like 1 upon x dx, here we have 1 upon q dq, that will be equal to ln q or q, but that log is of course to the base e, so I am writing it as ln q is equal to 1 upon RC out of integration. 1 upon RC. R is a constant, C is a constant, out of integration. Integration of dt is t, sir. At time t equal to 0, at time t equal to t. When the time was 0, the charge was maximum on the capacitor, and at any general time there will be some value remaining on the capacitor. Okay, capacitor is discharging, so initially the value of charge will be very high. So at t equal to 0, maximum possible charge was present, q naught, q0, and at time t the value of the charge present is equal to q. Okay, all right, sir. Next, this limits, LNQ has limits. Q0 is the lower limit, initial charge, and final remaining charge Q. T has limit, initial time 0, instantaneous time T, instantaneous charge remaining on capacitor Q. Okay, sir. So log M minus log N, upper limit minus lower limit, you can do that. Log upper limit is Q minus lower limit is log Q naught is equal to 1 upon RC as it is. Upper limit of time, lower limit of time 0, upper limit of time t is t, lower limit is 0. Okay, log M minus log N is log M upon N, log M minus log N is log M upon N is equal to T by RC. Okay, all right. Taking anti-log on both these sides, anti-log of log cancel, right? Anti-log of log cancel. Of course, anti-log to the base we are taking E. Anti-log to the base E. This log is to the base E, so anti-log to the base E. So taking anti-log on both these sides, Q upon Q naught is equal to E raised to T by RC. See, let me give you formula. Anti-log of A to the base B, it simply means just make it B raised to A. So anti-log of 7 to the base 2 is equal to what? 2 raised to 7. So anti-log of T by RC, anti-log of T by RC to the base E means what? E raised to that. Base raised to the value whose anti-log you want to take. Base raised to value whose anti-log you want to take. So taking anti-log on both these sides. Okay, taking anti-log on both these sides. Anti-log log cancel. Anti-log of T by RC means E raised to T by RC. जैसा anti-log बघायचा आहे ते base raised to करायचं. Base काय आहे आपला? Anti-log to the base E. Sir, any mistake we did? Seems that there should be minus sign which should appear here. Check which mistake I did. Minus sign यायला पाहिजे बाळ. Have I made any mistake? जरा check कर. Discharging of capacitor. Please check discharging of capacitor. Any mistake I did? Minus side should appear here. Okay, no mistake has been done here. The mistake is in the substitution. The mistake is the substitution. When the capacitor is charging, charge on the capacitor goes on increasing, and in that situation, current in the capacitive circuit is taken as positive. So a charging current should be a positive value. Okay. Now, when there is a discharging current, the charge on the capacitor goes on decreasing, and to find the numerical value of current, as the charge goes on decreasing, this dq by dt is a negative value, or dq is a negative value. Charge stored on the capacitor goes on decreasing, so dq is a negative value, and we want current value to be a positive number. So therefore, the substitution itself should be like this, because mathematics says positive equal to positive. So for discharging circuit, now we have to remember that current is to be replaced by sir minus dq by dt. For a discharging circuit, wherein charge on the capacitor goes on decreasing, the current should be written as minus dq by dt so as to get a positive number, so as to get a numerical value. Okay, because we have equated this number equal to this number. Reply in the chat box, agree, disagree. How this current is to be substituted as minus dq by dt. And definitely it has a certain reason which we have justified. And yes, it is a perfect thought that for a charging circuit, take the current as dq by dt, and for a discharging circuit, yes, take it as minus dq by dt, so that you can get a proper number, okay, a positive number. Okay, sir. Fine. So this minus sign, minus dq by dt, shall carry here, shall carry here, shall carry here, shall carry here in the bracket, it shall carry here in the bracket, shall carry here, shall carry here. All right. Now what to do? No, no, no. We cannot do it like this. We cannot do it like this. We cannot take antilog directly here. What we have to do is this. We have to put this minus sign on the right hand side. Do it along with me. That should be ln q upon q naught. Give me 1 second. Ln q upon q naught is equal to this minus sign on the right hand side, minus sign on the right hand side, that T upon RC as it is, that T upon RC as it is, but minus sign here. Now taking antilog on both the sides, antilog of log of q upon q naught is equal to antilog, of course this antilog is to the base e, antilog to the base e of what? Minus T by RC. Okay, sir. Then antilog log cancel, q upon q naught is equal to antilog of something to the base raised to the base e. Antilog of something to the base e means e raised to that thing. Okay, but people call this RC as tau. Okay, so can I write q is equal to this q0 on the right hand side into e raised to minus T by tau. That's my equation for charge on the capacitor when it is discharging. Instantaneous charge on capacitor when the capacitor is discharging. Reply in the chat box, clear and written. CW. Good. Hmm. Hmm. Very good. Yes. Okay. All right. Now let us try to write instantaneous voltage across capacitor. Sir, that's not a big deal. You can replace Q by CV and Q0 by C into V0. Okay, fine. All right. Let's rub all these things and then write there instantaneous voltage across capacitor. Okay. Now continue with the same equation. Continue with the same equation. Q naught. Wait for a second. बोर्ड थोडासा ओला झालाय त्यामुळे आज तो आपल्याला काही लिहू देत नाही पण आपण तरी लिहायचं. Fine. Wait for a second. Let me check if there is any other option. All right. Chalo. Write down. Q equals Q0 into e raised to minus t by tau, where tau is equal to RC, that we know. People call this tau as time constant. Its unit is second. Okay. E raised to anything should be unitless, right? All the powers are always unitless. So time has unit equal to second. So tau must be in the units of second. So second upon second cancel. So people call it as time constant. Okay. Its unit is same as that of the time. Okay, fine. So Q is equal to CV. Q0 is equal to CV0. Maximum voltage on the capacitor, it will be initially, and gradually as the charge goes on decreasing, the voltage across capacitor will also go on decreasing. So CV0 into e raised to minus t by tau as it is. So sir, this C cancels. V equals V0 e raised to minus t by tau. This is the equation for instantaneous voltage across capacitor when it is discharging. Okay. Now let's find out instantaneous current in the circuit. Numerical value, of course. So we will find it as a positive number. So we'll take it as minus dq by dt. During the charging, the current should be clockwise, and during discharging, it is anti-clockwise. So I we will replace by minus dq by dt. Okay. So minus d by dt of q. The q value is q0 e raised to minus t by tau. Q0 e raised to minus t by tau. Sir, q0 is a constant, can be taken out of derivative. So minus q0 as it is multiplied by derivative of d by dt of e raised to minus t by tau. Now what is derivative of e raised to x? Derivative of e raised to x is e raised to x. So derivative of e raised to t will be e raised to t. This minus q0 as it is. Derivative of e raised to x is e raised to x. Derivative of e raised to t will be e raised to t. But sir, you assume this value minus t by tau as t, e raised to t. So this value, sir, you have assumed as t. So you have to multiply the answer by the term which you have by the derivative of the term which you have assumed as t. ज्याला t मानलंय त्याच्या डेरिव्हेटिव्ह न आन्सरला मल्टिप्लाय करा. कशाला t मानलंय? minus t by tau ला. Okay. So minus 1 upon tau is a constant, can be taken out of it, out of derivative. This minus as it is, q0 as it is, e raised to minus t by tau as it is, minus 1 upon tau out of derivative, put a bracket, it's in multiplication not subtraction, minus 1 upon tau out of derivative, derivative of t with respect to t is 1. So sir, answer becomes minus q0. Sir, minus minus plus q0, minus minus plus upon tau into e raised to minus t by tau. That's the value of instantaneous current in the circuit. That's the value of instantaneous current in the circuit. But people write this equation as instantaneous current in the circuit is equal to q0 upon, instead of tau you can take RC, or charge upon time. This tau has unit of time. Charge upon time, you can take it as maximum charge upon time constant. Time constant tau is equal to RC. Q0 is a maximum charge. Charge upon time generally has a unit of current, right? Charge upon time. So people take this as maximum current I naught into e raised to minus t by tau. That's my equation for current when the capacitor is discharging. Reply me in the chat box, clear and written. CW. Hmm. 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 We are just writing the equations for charging and discharging. With whatever understanding we have, we are writing the equations, right? Now, let's try to draw the graphs. Let's try to draw the graphs. Okay, sir. Let's try to draw the graph. Q0 upon time equal to I naught. I want to call this term Q0 upon tau as I naught. This term, I want to call it as I naught. Maximum charge upon RC. I want to call it another constant I naught, which is going to be the maximum current in the circuit. This term I want to call it as I naught. Just like here the term appears Q naught. Here the term appears V naught. So I want that term to be written as I naught. If you want to call it as Z naught, that is also okay. That is also okay. But it has a unit of current, so I will call it as I naught. And that we will figure out that ultimately it is the maximum possible current in the circuit, I naught. But I naught is maximum current. Yes, I naught is the maximum possible current in the circuit. For this value to be maximum, this e raised to minus t by tau should be maximum, and maximum value of this will occur at time t equal to 0. So if you put t equal to 0, only then you will get e raised to this some value, e raised to some value as maximum number. So for that, this number is a negative. Okay, this index is negative number. So we need that number as minimum as possible. So we have to make it 0. So that is possible only for time t equal to 0. So we make it as e raised to 0, and e raised to 0 is equal to 1. So we get maximum possible value of current as I naught. Okay, I naught is a maximum value of current. E raised to x, if you want that as maximum, then I will make this x as infinity. Then so that I can get a maximum possible value. Okay, but let's say you have e raised to minus x. If you have e raised to minus x, you cannot make this very easily infinity. We want this entire number to be maximum, so I need to write it like this. So for this number to be maximum, this number should be minimum, and minimum possible value of this number is equal to 1 when the x is equal to 0. You can figure that out. So for the value of x equal to 0, I get this number to be equal to maximum. So when this entire number is maximum, I will get entire this number multiplication as maximum. So value of e raised to minus x, maximum value of e raised to minus something is equal to e raised to minus something, e raised to minus something. It has maximum value at x equal to 0. It has maximum value at x equal to 0, and that can happen only at time t equal to 0 here. Okay, we'll figure that out. All these graphs we will draw, then you will realize what is happening here. Okay, move on to the next point, then you will understand the things. This is certainly a new point for you: exponential rise and exponential decay. Exponential rise or exponential decay, these are the new points for you. You just try to understand the things. Okay, फक्त जरासं समजून घ्यायचा प्रयत्न करा. नवीन गोष्टी आहेत, हळूहळू समजतात. पहिल्या लेक्चरला लगेच समजत नाही. Okay, gradually after lecture by lecture, the understanding gets developed. Okay, see, I can write all the equations without even looking in the book. What does that mean? That means it has some logic. It has some logic. If you get that logic from me, that's enough. No need to check the book again. Okay, fine. Now let me use my logics to draw the graphs. It is something like this: the charge on the capacitor is equal to Q0. This equation we have derived into e raised to minus t by tau. Okay, now sir, let us try to plot the graph. Let us try to plot the graph of instantaneous value of charge on the capacitor with respect to time. We know that, sir, charge is going to be decreased. Charge is going to decrease. Charge is going to be decreased with time. As the time increases, charge on the capacitor goes on decreasing because capacitor is discharging. Initially, it was fully charged to the value of Q naught, but now it will go on decreasing. So, drawing graph is never a big deal. Okay, drawing graph is never a big deal. What we have to do, we have to take some values of x coordinate and we have to figure out what are the y coordinates. We have to plot the graphs, we have to plot the points, and then we have to draw a mean graph passing through all those points. So let us take some values of x coordinate, that is time. Let us figure out the value of charge, that is y coordinate, which is equal to q0 into e raised to minus t by tau. All right, sir. The first and simple value of the time should be equal to 0. Okay. So q is equal to q0 into e raised to minus 0 upon tau. Sir, t is equal to 0. E raised to minus 0 upon tau. Anything raised to 0, that shall become equal to 1. That value is q naught. That's the maximum possible charge which was present on the capacitor initially. So when time was equal to 0, sir, when time was equal to 0, charge on the capacitor was q naught. That's the first point that I got. That's the first point that I got. Now let me take a value of time, next value of time as tau, because I want to make this calculation simple. So I will take the value of time in terms of tau. Okay, what is tau? Tau is RC. People call this RC multiplication as tau. That is called as time constant. Okay, fine. So now let me take the next value of time as tau. So that will give me q equal to q0 into e raised to, if I put e raised to tau upon tau, e raised to tau upon tau, e raised to minus tau upon tau, that will become e raised to minus 1. My mistake. Sir, this q naught as it is into e raised to minus 1. Now you already know what is e raised to minus 1, 1 upon pi, 1 upon e, all these things we have already figured out, right? What is the value of 1 upon pi? 0.3182, 0.3182. 1 upon e, that is e raised to minus 1, which is equal to what? 0.37. Yes, no, reply in the chat box. Yes, no, 1 upon e we already know, right? Yes, very good. Good. Fine. So can I say this is equal to q0 multiplied by 0.37? Yes, sir, you can call that. So, sir, when time t becomes equal to tau, the value of charge which is now remaining on the capacitor is 0.37%. Sorry, my mistake. 37%. 37 upon 100, right? 0.37 means what? 37 upon 100. People write this as 37 upon 100 of q naught. 0.37 means what? 37%. Okay, so when the value of time becomes equal to tau, the value of charge is 37%. Okay, so this is 50%, this is q naught, this is 50%, this is 25%, this is 12.5, this is 37.5. Let me write the table of 12.5, 12.5, 25, 37.5, 50, 62.5, 75, 87.5, 100. 12.5 चा पाडा म्हटला मी. Okay, 12.5, 25, 37.5, 50, 62.5, 75, 87.5 and 100. All right, forget about it. I want 50% of q naught here, 50% of q naught, 25% of q naught here, 37.5% of q naught. Approximately here there will be 37.5 or 37 mana kiwa 37.5 mana. So when time becomes equal to tau, charge becomes equal to 37.37 of q naught or 37% of q naught. 37% of q naught. So the next time value I get here, sorry, next charge value I get here. What is this value? Sir, this value is q0 e raised to minus 1. This value is q0 e raised to minus 1. All right, next. Let us take the value of time as 2 tau. The value of charge will be equal to q0 e raised to minus t by tau. Instead of t, now put 2 tau. T by tau minus 2 tau upon tau. That becomes q0 into e raised to minus 1. Sorry, minus 2, sir. Minus 2. Now I can write this value as q into e raised to minus 1 multiplied by e raised to minus 1. E raised to minus 1 into e raised to minus 1 is e raised to minus 2. So can I say this value of charge becomes q0 into e raised to minus 1 and another e raised to minus 1 means again 0.37. So 37% of this value. 37% of this value. Okay, not a big deal. When time t becomes equal to 2 tau, when time t becomes equal to 2 tau, the value of charge becomes 37% of this value. Okay. So ही जी काय व्हॅल्यू आहे q into e raised to minus 1, q into e raised to minus 1 त्याचा 37%. याचा 37% कसा काढशील बा? 50%, हाफ ला बरोबर 50%, हाफच्या हाफला 25%, हाफचा हाफ and half. In the middle you will be having 37.5%. Once again 50%, 25%, 37.5%. So that's the value I get. And the procedure goes on and on and on and on. At t equal to 3 tau, पहिल्यांदा काय केलं बघा, at t equal to tau याचा 37% चार्ज रिमेनिंग आहे. At t equal to 2 tau याचा 37% चार्ज रिमेनिंग आहे. At t equal to 3 tau याचा 37% चार्ज रिमेनिंग असेल. And the process never ends. In reality, or ideally rather, I should say ideally this is an infinite time process. Yes, no, people reply me in the chat box. बोला. Good. Yes. Graph of e raised to minus t by tau. This is called as exponential decay. Exponential decay. It's decreasing, so decay. Why exponential? Because this variable on the x-axis is in the exponent. E raised to मध्ये येते म्हणून त्याला म्हणायचं exponential. Why decay? Because there is a minus sign, so this value goes on decreasing. So decay goes on decreasing, decay. Exponential because e raised to, and the reason of this decay is this minus sign. If there were a plus sign, the graph would have become like this. याचं डेरिवेशन लक्षात राहिलं पाहिजे का? Yes, you can remember it. It's very easy basically. Okay, if you read the note one or twice, you can very easily remember that. Okay. बोर्डच्या एक्सरसाइज मध्ये जर त्यांनी विचारलं असेल, then they expect that you need to remember the derivation. Otherwise, there is no need to remember. Okay. Fine. So nature of e raised to minus t by tau. इथं प्लस असता तर the graph will be like this. This is called as exponential rise. Exponential rise. This is called as exponential decay. Okay, sir. Fine. No issues. All right. Now, all types of such graphs you can draw. Okay, on your own now. Now, let us try to define the time constant. Till now, we just use the term time constant, tau is equal to RC, and so on. But now let us try to define the term time constant. Let's try to figure out what's happening in this graph. What's happening in this graph is this. Initially the charge was q naught. After time equal to tau एवढ्या टाइम इंटरवल नंतर बाळांनो काय झालेलं असतं, जेवढा आधी चार्ज होता ना that multiplied by e raised to -1 शिल्लक राहिलेला असतो. After another interval of tau second, after another interval of time tau second, जेवढा आधी चार्ज होता ना त्याच्या 0.37 शिल्लक राहिलेला असतो. That you can write q0 into e raised to -2. Okay, this charge you can write. So what is happening after every tau second? After every tau second, the charge remaining on the capacitor becomes 37% of original capacitor. Sorry, original charge. After every tau second, charge on the capacitor becomes 37% of original charge. What is the value of charge here? E raised to -1 is 0.37 of the original charge q naught. Okay, so you can either say the charge after every tau second, the charge remaining on the capacitor is 37% of original charge, or what you can say 37% शिल्लक राहिलाय, तो 63% decay झालाय. Out of 100%, only 37% is remaining. So what does that mean? 63% has decayed. So what we can write? Time constant is that time in which, just keep on writing, in which charge on capacitor, just keep on writing, charge on capacitor decays by, कमी होत, किती न कमी झालाय, decays to नाही म्हटलं, decays by किती amount न कमी झालाय, 37% remaining आहे, तो 63% बाळांनो decay झालाय, decays by 63%. That's it. So that time is called as time constant, and that value is tau here, which is equal to RC. That's it. This is how you can figure out real meaning of the time constant. It is that time in which charge on the capacitor when it is discharging decays by 63%. Reply in the chat box, clear and written. CW. Meaning of time constant. Slowly we will digest it. Like the damped SHM. Exactly. Yes. This is as good as a damped SHM. Amplitude of oscillation is equal to A0 into e raised to minus bt by 2m. That b by 2m is as good as a tau. That minus b by 2m. Minus is here, b by 2m means tau. E raised to minus bt by 2m is as good as a damped oscillation. Perfect. Good. Very good. Now you are able to relate the concepts. That's what we expect. So this is not different thing compared with the damped oscillation. This is same, right? But only thing is charge is not oscillating. It goes on decreasing. That's it. Nothing is oscillating there. All right. But the nature of amplitude of damped oscillation and the charge on the capacitor both are exactly similar. Both are governed by the same equation. All right. Fine. Now, when people try to draw the graph of charging of capacitor, the equation is very simple. The equation is like this. Try to understand. Let's try to plot the graph of charging of capacitor. For charging of capacitor, charge on the capacitor is equal to Q is equal to Q naught, maximum charge on the capacitor into bracket 1 minus e raised to minus t by tau. Sir, how to draw this graph? It seems very tough. No, very simple. It is multiply Q naught inside minus Q naught into e raised to minus t by tau. So these are the two graphs. This is the first graph. This is the second graph. Draw these two graphs and do the graphical subtraction. Draw this graph and do the graphical subtraction. Let's do that. Let's draw the graph of Q naught. Sir, Q naught is the maximum possible charge on the capacitor. That is a constant value. So that's my graph of Q naught. That's not changing with time. That's the graph of Q naught. Sir, Q naught into e raised to minus t by tau. That's the graph exponential decay. That's the graph exponential decay. All right. So these two graphs are to be subtracted from each other. All right. Q naught minus Q naught. Q naught minus Q naught, 0. Okay. Q naught minus Q naught. Horizontal line minus this exponentially decaying line. These two subtractions, Q naught minus Q naught, 0. Then after time t equal to tau, I know that this value is 0.37 of Q naught. After time constant, after time equal to time constant tau, the value, the charge decays by 63%. Charge decays by 63%. So what is the remaining value? 37%. So Q minus 37% of Q means 63% of Q. Value of horizontal graph minus value of exponential decay graph. This value is what? This value is 0.37. So when time t becomes tau, the value of charge which is decaying becomes 0.37 of Q naught. 0.37 of Q naught. So Q naught minus 0.37 will become 0.63. बरोबर ना? 37% subtract करा, किती शिल्लक राहील? 63%. So next point I get it here. Next point I get it here. I am subtracting this graph, exponential decaying graph, from the horizontal graph. Now, after long time, Q naught minus 0. This value is always Q naught. Q naught minus 0 is Q naught. That is not exactly 0, so this will not be exactly Q naught. So the graph nature should be like this. So this was the graph of charging of capacitor. Let me know, yes or no. Graph for charging of capacitor. बोला बाळांनो, are you getting it? I just did the graphical subtraction. समजते का बघा? Graphical subtraction कशी केली सरांनी? Q naught minus Q naught, 0. Q naught minus 0.37, 0.63. 0.37 subtract झाले 0.37 subtract झाले 0.63 remaining असते. This value will be what? 0.63 of Q naught. This is Q naught. Okay. Are you getting this? Are you getting this? I know this seems little mathematical, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's deal with it. एखादी गोष्ट ट्रिकी आहे म्हणून स्किप करायची का? नाही. Go through the process. Go through the process. Done. So this was the graph of charging of capacitor. Basically, after infinite time, the charge on the capacitor will become maximum, and basically after infinite time, the charge on the capacitor will become 0. Ideally, in reality, in practice, in practical situation, the time that we take at which the capacitor gets fully discharged or fully charged, that is equal to 5 time constant. After 5 time constant, we say that capacitor is fully discharged or capacitor is fully charged. That is the practical scenario after 5 time constants. Reply in the chat box, clear and written. The last statement. The last statement, is that clear? After 5 time constant, we just say that capacitor is now fully discharged, and here fully charged. Good. After 5 time constants, 5 tau, 5 RC. So that completes the charging and discharging circuits. Okay. Have a rest of 30 seconds. Today you will complete the remaining homework of rotational motion. Okay, remaining 10-11 questions are there. Just complete that, and from tomorrow onwards we will solve the module exercise of capacitors. Okay, and on Sunday for the test capacitor entire chapter will be there. Okay, and in this week you will prepare for the test as well by doing the homework of module capacitor all examples. Okay, of course you can solve additional examples on Saturday from the additional books and the additional links that you have already provided with. Okay. So today do the rotational motion board homework. Okay, just complete that so that from tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, these 5 days you can use for the solving MCQs of capacitor and capacitor. Okay, and on Sunday you will appear for the test. All right, sir. We'll do that. We'll do that, but we will not submit the homework. Huh? We'll do that, but we will not submit the homework because we don't want you to check our homeworks. Because we do not do the homeworks. Huh? Nakki काय करायचं आपल्याला? Which statement is true and false? Let's solve one example. केलाय ना? मस्त केलाय का नाही? हाँ? Question 76. सर मी 2 दिवसात सगळं सबमिट करतो. व्हेरी गुड. बघा 2 दिवस म्हटलायस आता. Within 2 days everything shall be submitted. डेली काय जास्त एक्सपेक्ट केलं नाही बाळांनो. 1 तास रेग्युलर होमवर्क जो दिला जातोय डेली, that and 1 hour for revision, these 2 hours from your life daily. सर दिवसातले 2-2 तास मागताय. अरे that is minimum, right? That's your daily homework. That will be module or boards, and this is going to be the revision. And the third task is there, but that is optional. You can go for that. If these things become, sir, these are very easy things for us, go for this. And this runs only for Monday to Friday, right? Monday to Friday. So that if anything is remaining out from this homework, you can just complete that or just study for the test on Saturday. Okay. So that's what I expect. That's what I'm expecting. That at least 2 hours you shall give to the physics, right? And submit the homework. Whatever you have completed on that day, you shall submit on that day. But for that, you need to sit for the study, right? And that's the thing which we do not do. आपण अभ्यासाला बसतच नाही. लागू दे किती वेळ लागायचा. जोपर्यंत सवय होत नाही तोपर्यंत बसायलाच पाहिजे. आपोआप सवय होऊन जाते. Fine. Let's solve one example on the charging discharging capacitor. These examples are very easy. Okay, these examples are really very easy. Let's do solve the examples on charging and discharging of capacitors. These are equation based questions. Okay, the capacitor is connected to the 12-volt battery, okay, through a resistor of 10 ohm. A capacitor is connected to the 12-volt battery through a resistor of, so some people write this or draw this resistor here. No problem, I draw it here. A capacitor of, capacity not given, battery of 12 volt. We know battery potential, we write it as V naught. Maximum possible voltage that can appear across capacitor is equal to voltage of battery. And once that voltage appears here, the current flow in this circuit stops. Because after that capacitor cannot be charged anymore. It gets fully charged. It is connected to the resistor of 10 ohm. 10 ohm. Okay. It is found that the potential difference across the capacitor rises to 4 volt. Okay, rises to 4 volt. Instantaneous voltage across the capacitor rises to 4 volt. म्हणजे initially 0 असतं. Rises to 4 volt. Rises to 4 volt. Charging of capacitor, right? Rises to 4 volt. At some time t, the value of voltage across capacitor. What is the charging equation of the capacitor. What are the possible charging equations of capacitors? Let's write it here. Q equal to Q naught into bracket 1 minus e raised to minus t by tau. For charging, you know there is term 1 minus here. Okay. Similarly, V, you can replace Q equal to CV, Q0 equal to CV0, CC cancel, V equal to V0 into bracket 1 minus e raised to minus t by tau. But as the charge on capacitor goes on increasing, the current goes on decreasing. Once the capacitor is fully charged, current becomes zero. That is a decay graph. Current graph is a decay graph. And this I naught value is equal to, you know, it is Q naught upon tau. These are the equations for charging of capacitor. For discharging, what are the possible equations? Charge goes on decreasing, just like current goes on decreasing, here charge goes on decreasing. See how easily I am writing the equations. You will also get used to these equations. Charge goes on decreasing, so decreasing equation, decay wala equation, Q0 e raised to minus t by tau, just like that damped oscillation equation. Q0, I made a mistake, Q equal to CV, Q0 is equal to CV0, CC cancel. So V is equal to V0 e raised to minus t by tau. And here current also goes exponentially decreasing. Once the capacitor gets fully discharged, current flow stops, current stops. Charge flow stops, current stops. Once the capacitor gets fully discharged, charge flow stops, means current stops. So that is also again this. And we know that instantaneous current in the discharging case, it is minus dq by dt. These are the things which you shall remember. And this I naught value is equal to Q naught upon tau. Okay. Whenever you ask me charging discharging circuit, I immediately in my mind just generate these equations. I just generate these equations, and these equations always allow me to solve any question on the charging and discharging of capacitors. Okay, that's what I do while solving the examples, and that I'm expecting you to do. Okay, yes sir, we'll do that. Fine. So at some time instance, the value of voltage across capacitor rises to 4 volt. Okay, that has become equal to 4 volt. After what time? Let me check. It is found that the potential difference across the capacitor rises to 4 volt in 1 microsecond. All right. So this time value is given to us as 1 microsecond. When time was 1 microsecond, value has risen to, or value has rise to 0 to 4 volt. Okay, fine, no problem. Next, find the capacitance of the capacitor. Okay, find the capacitance of the capacitor. C is equal to question mark. Okay, tell me which equation we shall use. This is a charging circuit. So sir, forget about these equations. Forget about these equations because these are discharging equations. Okay. So we want the value of capacity and we have data of voltage. Data of voltage. Forget about charge equation. Forget about current equation. Sir, go to the voltage equation. Go to the voltage equation. Okay. This is the value of solution. The value of voltage across capacitor is equal to V0 into bracket. Just observe, look at it, how it is being solved. Value of voltage across capacitor is V0, that is maximum possible voltage minus e raised to minus t by tau. This is how we will figure out the voltage across capacitor at given instance of time. Sir, time instance is given to us 1 microsecond. At that time instance, what is the value of voltage? That is also given to us 4 volt. So that is my 4 volt is equal to, sir, V naught value, that is the maximum possible voltage across capacitor, will appear as 12 volt. So I shall write here 12 volt into the bracket 1 minus e raised to minus t. Sir, this t value is given to you, right? Given to me. That is 1 microsecond. So let me write here 1 micro. People generally forget this micro, but I do not. Tau, sir, tau value is equal to RC. We have to figure that value out first. What is R value? Sir, it is 10. Okay. Sir, C value is not given. That's it. So it is 10C. That's it. 10C. So write here 10C. Fine. That's going to be tricky task now. We have to find out the C value of capacity. And the variable is in the exponent. Okay. Let's try to figure that out. All right. What I can do is this. I can multiply this inside, right? Or what I can do is this. I can just bring this 12 here, so that becomes 4 upon 12. Observe, everyone observe the calculations, right? Into bracket 1 minus e raised to minus t by tau. The t value is 1 micro, or let me keep that as it is. I will put the value of tau and t afterwards at the end. At last, I will put the value of time as 1 microsecond and value of tau as RC at last. I will find out this value first. Okay, sir, that's a better idea. 4 by 12 is 1 by 3 equals 1 minus e raised to minus t by tau. Bring this on the right hand side, e raised to minus t by tau. This minus becomes plus, this one as it is, this one on the right hand side, sorry, this 1 by 3 on the right hand side, that becomes 2 by 3, that becomes 2 by 3. All right, so sir, that's e raised to minus t by tau. Observe the calculation. This is a new type of calculation we will be dealing with in this chapter, but that's not a big deal. Okay, I will tell you how to do that. So taking log on both these sides, you can get rid of this. Taking log on both these sides, ln into e raised to minus t by tau is equal to ln of 3 by 2. Ln of 3 by 2 or ln of 2 by 3, not a big deal. Log of a raised to m, log of a raised to n is n log of m raised to n, log of m raised to n is n log m. So index outside the log, so minus t by tau into ln e is equal to ln log m upon n is log m minus log n. Okay, almost figured out everything. T by tau log e to the base e, ln means log to the base e, log e to the base e is 1, ln 2 it is 0.693. What is ln ln 3? What is ln 3? ln 2 0.693, 0.7 approximately. What is ln 3? What is ln 3? Let's write all the values of log. Let's write all the values of log. The log values that you need to remember. Log 1 0, ln 2 0.693, approximately 0.7, you can take that. ln 3, what is ln 3? What is ln 4? Sir, ln 4 is simple. ln 4 can be written as ln 2 raised to 2, but 2 can be taken outside the log, index can be taken outside the log, 2 times ln 2, 2.0, but ln 2 is already known, no need to do the further calculation. ln 2 is already known. Then ln 5 we need to remember. Then ln 6, ln 6 is not a big deal, it is ln 2 into 3, and people know ln 2. Log mn is log m plus log n, log m plus log n, people know this, people know this. ln 7, we have to remember this. ln 8, that's not a big deal. ln 8 is ln of 2 raised to 3, index can be taken out of the log, 2 times ln 2. ln 2 is already known, people can figure out what is ln 8. ln 9, not a big deal. ln 9 is ln of 3 raised to 2, 3 raised to 2 is 9, index can be taken out of the log, so people already know what is ln 3, so they can figure out what is ln 9. All right, some arrangements we have, but some values we do not know. This, right? Up to this, reply me in the chat box. If I give you these values, will you be able to find out ln 1 to ln 10? ln 10 is also not big deal. People write it like this. Log mn is log m plus log n. So ln 1 to 10. If I give you these three values 1, 2 and 3, will you be able to calculate ln 1 to 10? Reply me in the chat box. Convince yourself. Fast. I will give you these values: ln3, ln5, and ln7. I know that. I also know that you know this ln2. Convince yourself first. Everyone, convince yourself. So that these calculations are not a big deal for you. See, I remember these values. You also can remember these values. So let me write those values. Okay. It is 1.09. You can take it as approximately 1.1. Approximately 1.1. Here you can take it as 1.79. No, 1.61. This one. 1.61, approximately 1.6. 0.7, 1.1, 1.6, and this ln7, it is 1.95, and approximately you will take it as 2. 3, 5, 7, and 2. These are prime numbers, right? 2, 3, 5, and 7. These are the prime numbers. And logs of prime numbers: 0.7, 1.1, 1.6, and 1.95. 0.7, 1.1, 1.6, and 1.95, or 2. Logs of prime number you have to remember. Reply me in the chat box. Is the trick clear to all of you? Bolo. Logs of prime numbers you have to remember. 4 numbers in your life if you remember: 0.7, 1.1, 1.6, and 2. Out of this, 0.7 is already known to you. This 2 is already known to you. 0.7 and 2. 0.7 पण झालाय, 2 पण झालाय. लक्षात ठेवायला सिंपल आहे. Exact value if you want to remember, you need some efforts. It is 1.95, 1.61, 1.09. But approximate values anyone can remember. 0.7 and 2. Outer values you know. Though two inner values, 1.1 and 1.6. That must be ln3 and ln5. That's how you can remember. Okay. Fine, sir. Let's do this. Chalo. Let's do this calculation. Let's figure out what is the value of capacitor. Sir, minus T by tau is equal to, okay, here minus T by tau into ln E is 1, log 2 is 0.693, log 3 is 1.1, actually it is 1.09. 1.3, sorry, 1.1, but it is actually 1.09. This minus sign on the right hand side, so T is equal, T upon tau is equal to, what is this? 1.09 minus 1.09, you need to take one more 0, 3 digits. So 0.693, do the subtraction. 10 minus 3 is 7. 19 minus 9. Sorry, 19 minus 10 is 9. Carry 1. 10 minus 7 is 3. Carry 1. So 0.397. That's my T by tau. Now we have to take the reciprocal so that we can find out the value of tau or RC. Do it. 0.397, not a big deal. 0.4 you can take it as. So C is equal to, C on the right hand side, that becomes T divided by, C on the right hand side, T divided by R in the bracket, this 0.397. Not a big deal. Time value 1 microsecond divided by R value is 10 and this value is 0.397. I will take this value as approximately 0.4, 0.397, 0.4. That simplifies my calculation to 1 upon 4, 0.4 into 10. 1 upon 4 is 0.25. This micro as it is, it's a capacitor, so unit shall be farad. That's it. Calculation over. बोला बड़ा समझ लो. Write it down. Let me know in the chat box. Enjoyed? Now you are capable of finding log of 1 to 10, right? योग्य वेळ यावी लागते तेव्हा सगळ्या कॅल्क्युलेशन समजतात. Till today it was mystery how to calculate log 1 to 10, but today it's not. So enjoy today's lecture. Reply me in the chat box fast, everyone. That will complete our chapter capacitor. Okay, capacitor is over now. A new journey will start tomorrow. Current electricity. Okay, amazing world of moving charges. Okay, that's the current electricity. Okay, there you're gonna enjoy again. Fine. So guys, in this lecture we will stop at this point. Remaining things, rather saying remaining things, new chapter will start in the next lecture. Chalo, bye bye everyone. Till then, just study and complete the homeworks. Okay, chalo, bye bye. Let me end this lecture. Yes. Okay, there was one comment. Let me read it. It must be our favorite. Yes. And she's saying it must be our favorite. Yes. Chalo, bye. Join your next lecture. I also have the next lecture. Chalo, bye.